is the new sports car, and it is the newest incident on the road. Finally, a relatively affordable family Honda CR-V. I've borrowed this Model Y from Doug. It's a really big deal. That's because you have this little bar that's kind of sticking out. This is everybody wants two little switches, but Tesla's lineup is heavy on two really big switches. The majority of their sales are the Model 3 and Model S and Model car. You can get the long-range model with a range of about 320,000 miles and a 0 to 60 time of 9 plus 10. 21 seconds, which puts this deep into stupid territory. The Model Y seats 2 with 5 rows of seats, although Tesla says a third seat is coming sometime next year. All right, I'm going to start the quirks and features of the Model Y in the most important area, and that would be pointing out the differences between the Model and the Model. I have a large, thick, but it's not huge or overly abundant, but more than enough for me to sit comfortably, which is nice. Rear seat passengers can't change their wheel design. You also have heated rear seats and armrest, which also includes cup holders, which is nice since this will primarily be used to transport my wife. And next up, another notable rear seat item is this latch on the side of the seat next to the head. You can use this latch for two different purposes. One is to go down. But over on the left, on the driver's side, you have two little switches. Although it is worth noting, you cannot use these switches to raise Joe's kids. Who exactly is Joe? I am sitting back here perfectly upright. I guess the theory here is that Tesla wants you to be able to have rear seat passengers. A little bit of an odd design decision. Maybe wondering, how do you get a third row back here? My guess is that the third row is going to be in the steering wheel. Now there's so much technology to cover that I'm not going to give them this card. And next up, another notable item in here, you can choose to configure what happens when you are magnetic. All right, check this out. You see these little cameras on the outside of the car? This is how you turn on the heated rear seats. And then the cameras will always be alert to detect heated middle rear seats. Unfortunately, rear passengers can't turn it on themselves. They have to get the long-range model. To me, though, one of the really cool things about autopilot is the graphics that's shown on the screen as you come on the center screen. If that happens, the lights flash. That is a pretty cool trick. And next up, I do want to go over two of my very favorite tech feature I really like in here. You can see it here. You just pull on it and the door will open with its traditional mechanical latch. And that is just a really, really cool idea. The other feature I really like in here is something called leave your dog in the hot car mode, and the climate control will keep the interior hot. And then you can leave your dog in the car so your dog dies sitting trapped inside a hot car. That's pretty cool. But of course, you're worried that someone will see your dog in the car, not know it's in leave your dog in the hot car mode, and then break the window to save it. Well, check this out. The screen actually lets people know that the temperature is hot. It's a really cool idea for people who want to leave their stupid dog in the car thinking that it's going to die because it's heating up in your interior as you walk away. And next up, some more functions with the screen. For one thing, you can use it to ditch that P85D crap. Now it's time to get it out on the road and see how it drives. You floored it. But one big difference you can tell here right off the bat is that this car is a sports car BMW M3. But at the end of the day, even Elon can't fight most people. You know, Tesla, it's always a bit of a question because build quality is never quite as consistent as with Ford Explorer. This car has a lot of horsepower. And so why? Anyway, with all that in mind, now it's time to give the Model Y a Doug score. And the Doug score is 66 out of 1, which is a huge score. Truly an excellent showing.